fluff writing advice. Cut the fluff!
A big fear for many writers is the fear of not being original. Original? Is it even possible? There's so much content out there. How could anyone possibly come up with something new? Everything's a remix, right? Yeah, well, sort of. While as writers we're basically the sum of our influences and experiences, for better or worse, that doesn't mean they can't add up to something that at least appears original. For instance, your voice and style will always be yours. Sure, it may resemble someone else's, but a well-developed voice will feel original for the most part, as long as you're not trying to parrot. Don't parrot, don't even budgerigar, and never cockatoo. To avoid using overdone tropes, you should read widely in the genre you're writing for. You could write the most amazing story that feels as original as Sin did in the Garden of Eden, only to learn the hard way, possibly via intense criticism, that you've used every recognizable trope imaginable. Whoops! I mean, you can't read everything, but at least try to get the gist of what's been done before, and if you want to repeat it, do it better. Even if you are telling a familiar story, no one can tell it quite like you, as long as you're letting your personality seep onto the page. Does personality seep? I don't feel like it should. Anyway, as long as you're putting your personal spin on whatever you're writing, it will be original to a certain extent. I've worked on a whole lot of books in the self-development space, and honestly, most of them are just saying the same thing in a different way. And guess what? Every one of those books found an audience. Those authors found readers who resonated with the way they delivered their message, even if others were delivering the same message in a slightly different way. If you come up with an idea you like, run with it, make it your own, and don't worry about not being original. You could Google every idea that pops into your head to make sure someone hasn't done it before and never actually write anything. Don't do that. The best way to be original is to drop the fear of not being original and just write freely. Let your unshackled ideas flow, not seep, onto the page and write what you want to write. If it's good and the right people know it exists, they'll read it. There are plenty of eyeballs on this planet and some of them might be for you. I mean, they might want to read your work. I'm not saying go out there with an ice cream scoop and start physically claiming eyeballs. Any marketing expert will tell you that's the wrong way to build an audience.